Ladies and gents, welcome back. Another cold first, second day of winter, something like that out here. Christmas is in just a couple days, so hope you got all your shopping done. I tried to go to Costco with the wife this morning. That was one of the worst decisions I've made in a long time. So let's see if I can redeem myself and get some stuff done this afternoon, because this morning was a complete waste and it was very frustrating. Anyways, though, on to happier things. We're out in the shop. The dogs are outside playing. Time to turn my mood around. And I think what I'd like to do to start that is our buddy Tim's CRF250X. He wants us to put a lowering link on it and also bring the forks up a bit. So it seems like a fun little afternoon project. We'll start with that. And if we can move on to some other things, that would be nice. I do need to do some painting. Don't really know if I'm in the mood for all that though. So we'll see what happens. First things third, let's get some of these bikes out of here so we have some room. I have the RM370 engine up on the lift there, and I don't want to move any of that stuff because Damon's going to come over, I don't know, tomorrow or in the next few days, and we're going to finish out building out the clutch and all that good stuff. So rather than get all that mixed up, I do have a smaller lift, a little four-wheeler lift, and we can get the 250 up on that. But let's make some room. All right, so this is the part that Tim gave us to put on. It's pretty cool. Little needle bearings in there, and it even has a grease fitting, so that's kind of nice. And apparently, like, they make like different color ones, and that's like how much it lowers the bike. But because he gave me the part and I didn't look it up, not really sure. I think it's 3/4 of an inch. So as you can see, this is the stock link, and then this is the aftermarket guy. And the aftermarket guy is just a wee bit longer. But the stock one here, there's a couple washers on each end, so we'll pop those out. And then there's like a tube inside that we'll put in there and grease it all up. And slap her back together. So we have the link back on the bike, but before I put the kickstand back on, if you see, it's awfully dirty right there, huh? Well, Tim takes very good care of his motorcycle, and obviously he likes it nice and clean. So before we put it back together, we're going to clean the back side, because you're not really able to get to that when you're just washing it. And I know that Tim likes to keep them clean. Well, I started looking at this thing, and it became real clear that the sprocket is rubbing on the rubber big time right there. Like, that's not good. The dude who owns this bike just put these wheels on, apparently. I texted him about the not seeming right, He said, oh, I haven't even rode it yet. Well, good thing, because that's not going to work out too well. So this bike actually has a different size rear wheel on it. It's got a 19 instead of an 18, I think. Yeah, it's got a 19 instead of an 18. So the chain guide is rubbing a bit. And the simple solution is we're just going to lob it off and allow the chain to have a little bit more room. And hopefully that'll fix it. All right, I threw her back up on the lift to show you, but this thing is rolling way better now. So super happy with that. And we just had to make slight modification, no big deal. So now we got the, since the back is lowered, we're gonna raise the forks up just a bit. And I needed two hands and I couldn't get the shot, but from the factory, they're about 7 millimeters from the top of the triple tree to the top of the fork. Just the easiest way, easiest spot I could get a measurement. So I'm gonna raise them up. The owner wants the bike lowered a fair bit, so I'm gonna go slow and we'll see if we can maybe double that. I don't know. All right, guys, short little video this afternoon. Lowered the 250 and actually got about 1.5 inches out of the rear. I think I misspoke earlier when I said an inch or a half inch. I can't remember. Anyways, it lowered it about, what did I say, 1.5 inches? 1.5 inches, yeah. 1.5 inches. We ended up getting 13 millimeters out of the front, which was a lot more than I was expecting. This bike is mainly, you know, trail ridden and slower speeds, not freeway stuff, so it's not a huge deal with the fork angularities, but something to keep in mind. On sport bikes, it's a lot bigger of a deal when you start bringing the forks up. Not the best thing to do, but for a little trail bike, works great. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe while you're here. As always, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.